dealing with a finger injury. LeVar Arrington is back with us. Big bro Marcellus, you up first. Are you convinced AB will work out with the Bucs?
1,000% convinced that this is going to work out. I know he's coming in. At least they're trying to label it as an insurance policy because of injuries, but this is going to be one of those insurance policies you can live off of in terms of that production, what AB is going to bring to the fold. Of course he's going to ball out. The one thing you're guaranteed about AB is that he's going to ball out. Now, some people say you're also guaranteed he's going to act out. And I'm not so certain of that because of the dynamic in this locker room. Remember, this is a situation that Bruce Arians went on record and said, no AB. I coached him before, and he's not coming to this locker room anytime soon. But he was playing the bad cop in this situation, kind of threw us off his scent. But then there's a good cop in this situation. That's Tom Brady. He was like, look, I only know him for so long as a teammate, but I will vouch for him, and I will support him, and I will encourage him, and hopefully keep him in line as much as you can as another person, but being a teammate and leader of this team. So look at that dynamic. Good cop, bad cop. I bet every single player on this team is like, hell yeah, bring in AB. He's a bona fide baller. But now, when AB walks in that locker room, it's going to be interesting because he knows he has a short leash. He knows that he has to walk a tightrope in terms of his behavior because everyone around him is going to be looking at him like, yes, AB, I support you, good cop, except Bruce Arians already planted that seed. You do something, and I already know you, big dog. You do anything, and you're out of here as our insurance policy. So AB is going to give him the best behavior and production.
Marcellus, I rock with some of your take, but whenever somebody says 1,000%, I don't know if I can trust them.
Oh, okay,
so,
real talk?
I don't know. Hey, if you say real talk, I probably won't trust you. I can't trust you on this. I am not convinced AB will work out, but AB won't ruin them. Right? I'm not convinced that AB is going to go out there and just have complete success and have no issues at all whatsoever. But even if he doesn't, I don't think it will be to the detriment of the Bucs. Because like you just said, AB got a short lease. You got issues, you up out of there. Peace. What I'm reminded of, though, Marcellus, is now AB is back under a microscope. Pressure burst pipes. You feel me?
I'm with that.
Remember, AB, he had a whole bunch of self-inflicted wounds. Goes to the Raiders, I want to be released. The frostbite on the foot, the helmet issues. He was going to be dealt to the Bills. I don't want to play for the Bills. But then when he signs with the Patriots, now allegations start to rise. After he plays his first game with the Patriots, the allegations come out. And then the SI article. When AB is now about to be back with the Bucs, Marcellus, I'm wondering, is anything going to come up now? I think AB can be clean from this point going forward as far as off the field, no issues being clean. The question is, what about the issues of yesterday and yesteryear? Has he handled all of those? That's really my issue at hand. I trusted AB, who hasn't been talked about the last 3 or 4 months. I think that'll work out with the Bucs. The question is, will he make sure that everything from the past is under wraps? Because if not, him and the Bucs gonna have issues all over again.
But I think that works to AB's advantage in making this work out. I believe it's going to work out exactly for the reasons that you're actually stating, Ach. And the reason being is, if those things were to come up, and you guys forgot to mention that there's a familiarity between Leftwich and Antonio as well. So when you're talking about the level of knowledge of who he is in that locker room and in that organization, and your biggest advocate is Tom Brady, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. And that's why he's getting this opportunity to begin with, right? So when you look at those things that are still pending in front of him, it's all about an act of goodwill. When that microscope is on him, the microscope is on him really more so for character than it is his ability to play. So we're not really looking at AB. If AB goes out there and he underperforms when he gets back out there, people may say, oh, he doesn't look like the AB of old, but that's okay because nobody's going to be offended by him not being the AB that was in Pittsburgh. They're going to be offended by if he's flagrant when he's doing interviews. They're going to be offended by his actions and what it is that he may or may not do off the field. So I feel like as long as he keeps himself in line with being a good teammate and being a great employee for this organization, even if those things were to come down the pipe and hit him and something were to get him suspended again, I still think it works out in the end. And I still think that outside of something crazy, him being incarcerated and not being able to play at all, I still think that he comes out being on this team and being a part of the solution going forward for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, he's definitely going to produce. That's why I say 1,000%. Let's not forget who AB was. What, 6 straight years, 100-plus catches, over 1,200 yards every single year. Goodness. And AB still, since 2014, has the most touchdown catches over Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins, and Mike Evans, his teammate, despite only playing 1 game last year. Goodness. AB, who walks on a team and onto a roster where he can't get double teamed. He put up those numbers with double teams. You're going to double team him and leave Mike Evans single covered. You're going to leave Chris Godwin single covered. You're going to leave Rob Gronkowski out there just to roam through the acreage. This is a situation where I know he's going to produce. Now let's talk about how is he going to handle all his issues from the past and whatever is going on in his personal life. The greatest attribute, I would say, from all professional athletes that I've encountered is the ability to compartmentalize. Even AB, in terms of production, the 1 game in New England or whatever he was going through in Pittsburgh all those years that was being suppressed or not noticed, AB still put out game film, positive game film, the best game film. And that's what I'm banking on right here. AB knows, hey, man, I don't think there's another opportunity out there for you because look at this one. Look at the penalty of this one. 15 games last year, you can basically call that a pseudo suspension. And then this year, 8 games. So if you look at it in totality, after that, it seems like it will be a lifetime ban more so than just a couple more games or a year ban. So AB knows his foot's to the fire, and AB knows he's going to go out there and ball and has to stay in line.
For the Buccaneers, it's very simple. The risk-reward is finally worth it, and I get it. Chris Godwin, he's out, injured finger, your star-stud receiver.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, he's been battling different issues, different lower extremity issues all season long. Bruce Arians knows he's getting up there in age, but more importantly, Tom Brady is getting up there in age. They got to go all in. Look around the league. It's other teams that are going to give them a fight. It's other teams that have a lot of firepower. I think Bruce Arians with the Buccaneers has finally counted the cost, and he said, okay, you know what? AB might run us some issues. But the fact of the matter is, Tom Brady has Scotty Miller, a 5'10 receiver from Bowling Green, if I am not mistaken, leading that team in catches. He has Scotty Miller, a dude who we had known about or were not talking about, leading that team in targets or second in targets. If that is what he has with Scotty Miller, imagine what he can do with AB. I think the risk-reward is finally at a break-even point to where it is a good decision by the Buccaneers. Will it work out, though? I'm still TBD.
Yeah, I think it's, again, I feel as though it's a no-brainer to say that it's going to work out because he does not, as you said, Marcellus, he does not have any other options. He doesn't have any, as you love to say, he has no runway left, right? So it certainly has the potential to be an explosive addition in a positive manner. And listen, all the talk of Arians not wanting him, I think it goes back also to an earlier point that you made, Marcellus. This is a game of chess, not checkers. I'm not going to let everybody around the league know that I know Tom Brady wants him, even if all my receivers are healthy, right? So in the end, they were bringing Antonio Brown in one way or the other. Everybody's healthy, somebody's hurt. It's just more justifiable, right? It's easier to put it out there in the media. It's more acceptable, consumable, and you move on from it. But they were going to bring Antonio Brown in no matter what the situation was when they were able to bring him in. I think Bruce Arians understands what was at stake, who would go possibly try to throw a wrench in it, seeing that the team is actually starting to play up to the potential that maybe people were nervous that they would. So now you're not saying we want them and this is a no, we're not going to do it, until you bring them in. I thought it was well played by Bruce Arians. I thought it was well played by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think they've all, keep in mind, they've had, I can guarantee you, they have had constant contact with AB. And this has been an ongoing process of onboarding him even before now. So they're already acclimated. He's already acclimated. He probably already knows the playbook. He's probably already been running the routes. He's going to get in. He's going to be fine.
Hey, tremendous point you made right there of Bruce Arians having that poker face and this entire offseason, not letting it out, not leaking, not letting others onto his scent. Because it's funny, Seattle was leaking this entire offseason, and what did that end up getting them? Nothing in this situation. Bruce Arians was smart if this is the case, because he knew it was going to be difficult enough to bring in Tom Brady and others to get them all on the same page. Why bring in the media attention and the distraction of AB when you can't even play him till after week 8? Smart play if that's the case, Bruce Arians. Speaking of no runway, that's who AB is. This is why I'm 1,000% guaranteeing this is going to work out. He doesn't need a runway. He's not an airplane like, oh, I need a game or 2 or 3 or